Hello everyone! Today we'll be taking a look at the Fantech Zenith Pro. I have already reviewed the Fantech controller in the past, and it was a pretty good one, so I have high hopes for this one as well. In the box we have a quick start guide, a USB Type-C cable, the dock, and the controller. The Type-C cable is not braided, the dock is pretty good, and the dongle is connected in the dock too. The controller fits perfectly in the dock, and it has magnets too. And here's a look at the Zenith Pro. The shape is basically the same as an Xbox controller. The face buttons have mechanical switches, and they're pretty good. The buttons don't sink too flat with the shell. The analog sticks has a plastic shaft and anti-friction rings. The D-pad has mechanical buttons, and it seems pretty responsive. We have analog triggers with a digital micro switch trigger stopper. The shutter buttons are also nice and clicky, and the plastics on the back has a grippy texture. The position of the back buttons is perfect. It sits right under your middle finger. And we have a switch to toggle between 3 modes: switch, Bluetooth, and dongle. The Zenith Pro cannot wake up the Switch 2, but it can wake up the Switch 1. It has motion controls and it responds very well. The back buttons are easy to remap and configure. You can record macros or remap buttons. And there is also a turbo function. At first, it doesn't seem to have a capture button, but the M button can work as a capture button if you press it twice. The controller is also compatible with a Keylinker smartphone app, and here you have access to all of the basic functions. You can remap buttons, change the joystick dead zones, edit the curves for the sticks, change the dead zones and curves for the triggers too. There is a turbo function, a macro function, and a calibration setting for the motion sensor. The controller has RGB lights, and they're quite discreet. Even at the maximum setting, it won't shine too bright. The dock has LEDs as well, and they follow the controller configuration. And when you pick up the controller, it turns on automatically. Now, on the solid color setting, they did something quite dumb, because if you press both the analog sticks, it will change the color. Many games uses this button combination for activating special moves, so you have your colors changing every time you do a special. When using on PC, you can hold Start and Select to change protocols. The triggers are very nice, but there is a small dead zone here and you cannot deactivate it. The polling rate is 1000 Hz. The analog sticks has no dead zones. There's also no outer dead zone, no cardinal snapping, and the circularity is perfect. When testing the stick resolution, I was a bit skeptical. It shows 8000 steps, so I jumped to the old software that I used and I got a similar number. So these sticks are quite impressive. The D-pad is very good. The diagonals are easy to press, the input is consistent in all four corners, and pushing on the center won't activate all four directions. This is the latency results for the buttons and sticks. The Zenith Pro didn't come with a manual, and the quick start guide was pretty simple. Here's all of the useful information that I could find. Moving to the teardown, the controller also has magnets on the back shell. This helps it slide to the correct position when docked in the base. The battery has 800 mAh of capacity. And here's a look at the trigger stoppers. Here's a look on the other side of the board, and the analog sticks are made by Genful. They're transparent and you can see the whole mechanism inside. We have KO switches for the face buttons, a metal pivot for the triggers, and the components are overall high quality. Moving to the final thoughts, the Zenith Pro delivers a great quality at a moderate price. The external build quality is not super premium. There is no rubberized grips, the sticks and D-pad are not removable, and the RGB lights are quite simple, but it delivers a good performance and high quality components. The latency is pretty low, the sticks has a high resolution, there's a smartphone app, and the D-pad is good too. In the end, this is a great controller and I'm quite happy with the overall package. And that's it for this video. The links to the Fantech Zenith Pro are in the description below. As always, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.